Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game! When we last left off, we were playing as this goblin here named Gobbly. He is a weakling in an RPG world, and his job is to get zapped by the heroes to give the heroes experience and money. He's kind of tired of this job, I don't blame him, and he wants to become a boss instead. So in the meantime, he's been told by the creator of the game that he needs to help out the slimes in Common Plane because the slimes in Common Plane are sick. Therefore, they can't be zapped by the heroes because they're sick. No sense getting the heroes sick too. Along the way, we met this hole in the wall named Mark, and he is our guide towards finding a particular slime named Slimer. Now, let's see what Mark is actually capable of. Let's see, he's got a whole lot more MP than Gobbly does, first off. He can actually use his spells. So first is a group spell called Fury, and a healing spell called Minor Heal. I don't care if it's minor, it's going to be awesome to have that. We need healing spells, because oh boy, this game starts off hard. Any special attacks? No, I don't think Mark gets any special attacks. What about equipment? He's got a black robe. I couldn't tell. And he's also got a blow dart, which hits a single enemy. Alright, so let's go ahead and there's a couple of things I want to do. First, I want to actually have a chance to save because I haven't done that since I started this game. Oh, it looks like the bridge is fixed. The bridge is fixed! We can cross safely for now. Also a horse down here. I wish I could travel around the world. It's a talking horse, but that's whatever. We're playing as a goblin and a hole in the wall, so... Wasn't there another guy who was working on the bridge? Yeah, there was another guy. Where did he go? Unless he's the horse. Would certainly explain why the horse can talk. Maybe he was temporarily changed into a human so he'd be able to help fix the bridge. Sure, why not? Alright, well, let's go ahead and head out onto the Overworld. We're no longer in the underworld where the weaklings all live. We're on the Overworld, which is a little bit more interesting than the underworld because it actually has this map papery texture to it. It's also significantly larger. It's not a particularly huge world map, but it's definitely larger than the underworld. Anyway, let's do that whole saving thing. Because oh boy, do I need to save. Because, by the way, when you get a game over in RPG Maker, any game that is made with this, you basically go back to your last save and lose everything you've done, including experience and that sort of thing, basically like any other RPG. By the way, it should be obvious, but I'm going to mention it anyway. If you're interested in playing this for yourself, you have to have RPG Maker 1, because after all, it's the sample game that comes with RPG Maker 1. Just real quick, I'm going to go around this forest one more time here. There's nothing else to find here, but we could use the experience. Gobbly hasn't gained his first level yet. Having Mark on our team is going to make this a whole lot easier. By the way, I don't plan on any of us being killed, but if any of us were to actually die, we're automatically revived after battle. But dead characters don't gain any experience. Anyway, level 2 now, which means we are able to have another spell for Gobbly called Weird Pollen. It's a sleep spell, and it's going to cost all of his MP. Still don't have enough MP to use Ignite. Oh my god, this encounter rate is an encounter rate, gotta say. Good news is Gobbly's strong enough now that he can actually kill those other goblins in one hit. I was gonna make a full circle around this forest, but you know, if the encounter rate's going to be like that, maybe I don't need to. Yeah, this would take a little bit of time to get around here. Might as well, though. Oh, okay. Gobbly has enough strength to sometimes kill those other goblins in one hit. Well, on the bright side, he's also got higher defense. There's a level up for Mark. He needs a level, and he also gained a spell from that. And let's see here. He's got a couple spells from that, in fact. We got Vaccine, which cures poison, and Trance, which... Or did he already have that one? He might... I don't know. Whatever. Makes enemies fall asleep. Yeah, let's... Oh, gosh. Nope, we're not gonna spend any more time in this forest than we have to. Let's just go ahead and move on. Sounds like a plan. But besides, these characters are a little bit weak at this point. We don't need to fight them. Instead, we'll go ahead and head back into town, heal up, and see if we can afford any equipment. Got enough money out of this. Okay, yeah, we're getting some good experience now. One interesting thing about RPG Maker is that the amount of enemies you fight in battle is determined by how many party members we have. Because we have 2 party members, that meant we could encounter groups of 4. Using up all our money. It's gonna be hard to actually able to afford stuff. Which reminds me, what else have you got here, Miss Shopkeeper? So you got berries, of course. You got War Dart, Battle Dart, Memory Dart, Shadow Robe, Dark Robe, Mystic Robe. So the majority of Mark's equipment will be found here. But gonna have to wait until we get a whole lot more money. This is gonna be one of those RPGs where you're gonna kind of want to pick and choose what you actually buy. Because you're probably not going to be able to afford everything. Alright, into Common Plain we're about to go. Let's see if we can find that slime we're supposed to see. While also showing off some of the enemies we're dealing with. Cape Common is far to the north of us. The Weaklings here are looking for fights. We must be careful. So, this field is... It's big. It's also totally not worth exploring, because there's no treasure in this dungeon area. Also, we've already got recolors of enemies. Oh, but they're not hard to take down. Also, we got bats. Because every RPG needs bats. Except the one I made. I didn't dare put in any bats. Because that's redundant. Something like that. So if we want to go get any progress in this place, we just basically just head straight to the north. And along the way, here's a well, and here's another random encounter. You know what? I don't feel like taking too much time with you, so here's what I'm gonna do. Gobbly, you guard, and I'm gonna show off what a group spell actually does. It attacks groups, obviously. Mark is basically gonna be the mage of the game. A good mage, too. Alright, so into the well, and this is where the slime's home is. Does this phone work? No. The slimes are suffering from high fevers. Poor slimes, they're all red. I want to get better quickly so I can fight the heroes again. I think I have a fever. My body feels slimy and yucky. Oh wait, I'm always slimy. Hey! Hey, I'm okay! Look! Oh, maybe not. I feel sick. Can slimes throw up? If a slime throws up, does it throw up itself? Well, those slimes are the reason why we're here. We need to substitute for them against the heroes. But first, let's go ahead and... more of these guys. Alright, let me again show off how the group function works with these spells. So groups fight groups, but it doesn't target all enemies. It actually focuses on enemies of the same type who are grouped together. If, for example, that bat was in between a couple of those slimes, then we would not be able to target all the slimes. We'd only be able to target the ones that are next to each other. But in this case, we can actually target all of them next to each other. So here's my strategy. Do I want to use this though? That'll use up all my MP, and I'm kind of going to want it for an upcoming fight. And I don't have anything that restores, nah, why not? I don't have anything that restores MP yet, but maybe I'll get lucky and they'll drop one. In the meantime, I just realized they did drop something earlier, or at least some enemy somewhere dropped something earlier. Level up for Mark, and no item. So Mark learned a spell, huh? He's got Rage, 24 damage against the group. That's gonna be good, if we add the MP. Okay, I'm going to try to do a little bit of backtracking. Also, I forgot about that item that I need to take a look at. Barrier, please? Berry, please. No. Some of these enemies can drop a berry, which would... a blueberry, that is, that would allow me to restore my MP, and I kind of want the MP. In the meantime, some of these enemies can drop a forest leaf, which allows us to increase the max HP of one of our characters. Yeah, that's a thing that just drops from enemies. Alright, I'm gonna head back to town and rest at the inn to get my MP back. At the very least, this trip has allowed me to gain some experience, so I'll be plenty prepared for an upcoming fight. How much money do we have, actually? 87. Okay, no, that's not enough to buy any equipment yet. Eventually, we'll be able to buy some. For now, at least the game is relatively playable without buying equipment. Aside from that first dungeon. Oi. Critical hits. So I don't expect to lose in the upcoming fight, but it's always a good idea to save just in case. I'm pretty sure the fight I'm thinking of will be pretty easy. So let's just head on straight there now. While also dealing with the occasional random encounter. Now's a good time to go over the auto command. The auto command, well, it basically has your team fight automatically. Again, critical hits. Oi. There is some intelligence, by the way, when it comes to using the auto command. Your characters will basically use whatever technique they have to kill the enemies the fastest, which is why Mark went ahead and used his spell there. Also, that was, whatever it was that it just said. Basically, I got the preemptive, so I get the first turn. In which case, I'm gonna go ahead and flee. Because fleeing is guaranteed whenever you get the first strike. It's also worth noting that Mark used his weaker spell rather than his stronger spell because he knew that his weaker spell was enough to kill them. He's not going to use all of his MP if he doesn't have to. Now, if you wanted to, you could plan ahead, and by that I mean use this plan feature to kind of set how characters are going to work. For example, Mark here, if I didn't want him to use any magic when using auto battle, I could turn that off and now he won't use magic. Or at least not in general. He might still use healing magic and that sort of thing. This up here is primarily in regards to attack magic. It's an interesting feature. Definitely worth taking advantage from time to time, depending on the circumstances. In this particular circumstance, I'm not particularly worried about it, though. We can pretty much kill these guys pretty quickly. Just gotta watch out for those dang critical hits. Oh, my mistake. Mark is not quite strong enough to kill a forest fairy on one hit yet. Level up for Mark. We're getting levels pretty quickly. This is a good thing. What did you learn this time? Learn something like every level up, don't you? Oh, you learn Query. That's not very useful. But I'll show it off in the next battle anyway. So, come on, battle. Here we are. So, Query. Sees enemy HP. How much HP do bats have? Let's find out. Three HP. And that's basically all that spell does. It does not tell you how much MP an enemy has. It does not tell you what their weakness is. It just tells you their HP. And it only works in random encounters, so you can't even use it for bosses. That's a spell type in RPG Maker that is virtually useless. And that is the only time I'll actually ever use it. Alright, we made it to our destination. Like I said, my movement range is from here to here. No way! This is my movement range! When a hero passes here, I have the right to fight them! Go away, Slimer! No, this is my movement range! I tell you, it's mine! Huh? What do you want? Aren't you a forest goblin? Why don't you go back home? Hey, you're that goblin our creator was talking about, right? Man, we're in trouble. All our fellow slimes are sick. And we're the only two left that can fight. Thanks for helping us out today. Before I show you where your movement range is, we have to test you to see if you deserve to be here. I mean, whether you belong to this common plane as a weakling. I don't want someone who can't fulfill their duty. We're not holding anything back. Here we go! Alright, boss time. Using the regular battle theme music. Exciting. Let's just speed this up. Oh, they're technically two different enemies. Huh. Interesting. So we got Slimer and Slimy. Gobbly, you keep on whittling away at Slimer there. Mark will, you know what? Never mind. Let's just have Mark do all the work. There. Boss over. I guess. You're good. Let's look at your movement range. Yeah, we're good. Not the shadow wall hole who is following us, but Gobbly. This is your range of movement. When the heroes pass near this range, you must appear and fight them. That doesn't mean you need to fight them every time. Maybe 1 out of 3 times is the best. Why does the range of movement exist? You don't know much of anything, do you? Listen, suppose all the weaklings get together and attack the heroes. Do you think the heroes would stand a chance of winning? If they all get zapped, there will be no one to explore the world. So our creator makes it easier for the heroes to explore the world. Our job as weaklings is to give the heroes money and experience. It's our job to show the heroes a good time while they explore the world. I take such pride in my work. That's why I fight like I did just a while ago. Oh, now I understand. How interesting. But I don't have any range of movement. It's so sad. I want to have a range of movement too. Many characters take pride in their work and, like you, they don't have a range of movement. Who are they? The castle guards. I remember a guy who used to work as a guard. He lives just to the south of here. Why don't you go talk to him? A castle guard? Well then, I'll be getting back to my movement range. Good luck, Gobbly. Gobbly, I want to meet this soldier. I've discovered the joy of having a range of movement just by watching Slimer. I want to have a range of movement too. But I want to know about characters that take pride in their work. They don't have a range of movement, and neither do I. Gobbly, please. Please take me to the soldier's home. I probably should go back to the wall hole where I belong. But I don't care if our creator gets mad at me. Gobbly, could you please take me to the soldier's home? No. I kinda need to stay here and get zapped by the heroes. No, no, no. Wrong answer. Please take me to the soldier's home. No. But thou must. Fine. Really? You will? Thank you very much. Mark has become an official member of the party. Well. This is a bad idea. How about we go into our next episode break? We're going into an episode break because I need to make up for lost time, and therefore I need to stream a little bit longer than normal today. So we'll be right back, and when we come back, we're going to go locate this soldier who takes pride in his work.